but this plane apparently left Fort Lauderdale Executive Airport. It's registered to a company that is based in Brevard County, specifically Merritt Island. It's called Grau Inc., but apparently they do have operations out of Fort Lauderdale. What we don't know is what this plane was doing at the time that it went down. Was this a pleasure flight? Is this a business that they're involved? We don't know. We know there were 2 men on that plane. They're doing okay, and that's good news. And that wing is just flapping there in the choppy conditions. And I got to wonder whether some of that could break off and, you know, could just drift away or drift towards the ocean there. And that's not something you want to see. So that's why the police units are out there. The Coast Guard is out there as well with the Marine Patrol. And we've got Joan Murray on the phone right now. And Joan, what have you been able to find out for us?
Well, I'm several people, Elliot, who were on the sand watching this all unfold. And I want to have this one young woman, what's your name? Stephanie. She's going to describe for everyone what she saw. Stephanie?
I saw a plane just fell into the ocean. The pilots were jumping out of the windows. And supposedly, the pilot, when they came out, they told us that after the lifeguards jumped in, they went far down, and they told us that they pushed the button and the plane just went crazy and went down. It was very scary. Just like we thought it was a joke first, and we weren't really allowed to video because the people were screaming at us now in the video. But first we told ourselves it was a joke, and we saw everyone screaming at police and fire rescue coming.
And describe for us what it was like to see the plane go down. You're in the water here on vacation. Stephanie and her family are on vacation.
Yeah, we were here. We were in the water and we saw it come down and we just ran out and started screaming. Yeah, it was very scary. I never seen something like this.
So what we understand at this point is, Elliot, that 2 people did escape that plane, that they're all right. They were rescued. And so at this point, we understand that these 2 people are safe at this point. It's a situation very much unfolding. I'm looking out at the water, and there are still several rescue boats out there. Still a very active scene. There's people standing on shore.
Joan, you there?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, she was breaking up a little bit when you were talking to her. Did she basically say that she saw that plane go nose down into the water, or did it look like they were somehow trying to land that plane? At what point did you see the plane go down?
We can't see from where we're at exactly what the situation is. But according to the witnesses on shore, it sounds like the plane just experienced some kind of trouble and had to make this emergency landing coming down. Then it sounds like they were in distress for a little bit, but they were close enough to the shore that they were able to get to them rather quickly. We do understand that both, at least according to the witnesses, both men were rescued.
Yeah, and we saw that, Joan. You're absolutely right. The plane is not far from shore. It's now underwater in about 20 feet or maybe even less. And from shore, it's about, I don't know, 25 feet from shore. It's right next to the rocks there at the Haulover Inlet. That's approximately 80th or 82nd and off of Collins Avenue. So they were very close to the shore, very lucky that they were able to make it to shore and in one piece. We saw some shots from Chopper 4 of 2 men at the ambulance, but they looked like they were just fine. In fact, they had smiles on their faces. They were hugging each other and very, very happy that they were not seriously hurt. But right now, the plane is in the water with a part of the wing sticking up. And again, I was just wondering, the lady that you talked to, if she saw the plane, when she saw it, was it already sort of floating on the water, or did they actually see a plane go nose diving into the ocean?
I'm going to go try to get the lady once more. Honestly, they're visiting and they have to go jump and get on a plane. So this was kind of a strange experience. I mean, they're literally just hours away from going to the airport.
Wow.
And they stay there in a bit of a hurry. I had just one more question for you. When you saw the plane, was it floating on top of the water, or had it already gone under?
First floating, and then the pilots jumped out, and they were holding on to like the wings of the plane, and then they just let it go down to the ocean, and the pilots quickly swam out.
So then there was a time where you could not see the plane anymore.
No, you can't see it anymore, and you were not able to see it.
Okay, so there you have it. In the beginning, it was, I guess, on the top. And how long? What time? How long do you think it took for it to go under?
5 minutes. Yeah, like 5 minutes.
All right, so there you have it. So in the beginning, they could see it, and
5 minutes.
so you could see it, and then they said it quickly, I guess, got submerged.
Yeah, and in fact, Joan, we have a still picture of exactly what you're describing, which is the plane on the surface of the water. It looks like it's floating, but the front part of the plane is going down. So it went down nose first, but once it was already floating on the water. So it wasn't the situation where you see an airplane just kamikaze style go down nose first into the water. This plane was sort of floating on the water, on the surface of the water, and then it went down. The witness said that she saw two guys get out of it and get out of there on time and were able to make it to shore. We don't know if they were rescued or if they swam on their own, but if they did swim on their own, they weren't far away from shore. It was not a long swim. So they appeared to be young guys, and it didn't look like they would have a problem swimming from where that plane is right now to where the rocks are at the Haulover inlet.